A sorrowful tear fell from the firebird's eye and dropped straight onto Ramesh's body, scorching him and burning a large hole through his skin. But Ramesh did not get angry. Instead, happiness showed on his face, because if he could capture the firebird alive, his mission before the king would be complete. But just then, the flames on the firebird's body slowly began to fade. It looked like it might die at any moment. Seeing this, kind-hearted Ramesh, without thinking, unlocked its chains. The moment the bonds broke, it was as if the firebird came back to life. It looked at Ramesh with grateful eyes, spread its fire-like wings, and flew into the sky. Before leaving, it gifted Ramesh one magical feather that would protect him in times of danger. Time passed. When Ramesh showed the feather in front of everyone to prove his story, they were shocked. The feather had lost its shine, and now looked like an ordinary chicken feather. People began to laugh at him. The king thought Ramesh was making a fool of him. In anger, the king ordered the soldiers to hang Ramesh. But the moment the sword was raised, the faded feather suddenly glowed with golden light. The sky covered in dark clouds instantly turned bright like daylight. Everyone stepped back in fear, and then the firebird appeared from a sea of flames. Its roar shook the entire kingdom. The people realized that Ramesh had truly controlled this divine bird. The king had nothing left to say. He was forced to keep his promise and promoted Ramesh to a royal position. But jealousy burned inside him. So the king gave Ramesh an impossible task. He said, "Go to the icy mountains of the North Pole and bring Snow White to become my queen." The king knew this journey was deadly. He was certain Ramesh would never return. But Ramesh set out with his magical donkey, and soon they reached the snow-covered palace. Thick walls of ice blocked the way. When Ramesh felt hopeless, a miracle happened. The firebird's magical feather carried him inside the palace. There, he awakened Snow White, who had been asleep for 1,000 years. But when the princess learned she was to marry an old king, she grabbed Ramesh's hand in panic and jumped from a cliff thousands of feet high. Fortunately, the same magical mattress arrived just in time and saved both their lives. Ramesh successfully brought the princess back to the palace. The king was extremely happy and immediately began preparing for the wedding. But the princess said, "I don't have my grandmother's ring. Until it is found, I will not marry." The king learned that the ring had been swallowed by a giant sea creature, so once again he sent Ramesh. Ramesh rode his donkey straight into the creature's nose. Inside looked like a magical tunnel, glowing, beautiful, and mysterious, but they weren't there to admire it. As they moved forward, the creature began to sneeze. With one powerful sneeze, its chains broke, and it was freed. As a reward, it sent one of its servants who handed Ramesh a diamond ring.